Hello, welcome everyone. Welcome to our YouTube channel. So, today we are going to start a new series of videos where we will be explaining you all the important details of each and every block that is there in the PictoBlox software. Okay, so welcome to the blocks series. Now, today we are going to start explaining each and every block in detail so that whenever you're developing any project, you can use this particular logic for all the blocks and whatever the functions that are there for the blocks so that you can achieve the efficient code as possible, as much as possible. So, let's start. Let's go to the blocks. Yeah. So here we have a lot of interface details that we have to know. So remember one thing, if we want to develop any program, we should be aware of the features of a platform very well. Only then the programming or any action what we are going to do, that would be very easy to define and easy to do also. Okay. So first thing is about the blocks. So here's the palette of all the blocks that we have, and the palette contains so many categories of blocks like motion, looks, sound, events, control, sensing, operators, variables, and my block. So all these are default blocks that are readily available in PictoBlox. So for all the characters, so in PictoBlox we call these characters, as you can see there is this little teddy bear, and these we call as sprites. So sprites are nothing but the characters in any program or a story what you're building or a game what you're designing. Okay. So sprite is nothing but a character. And this is the area where the sprites stand. We call that as stage. And on this stage, everything will be performed, whatever you code. Okay. So these particular code blocks will be dragged and dropped in the scripting area. So here's where all the script happens. So you have to attach them together to make a proper script. And once the script is done, that will be reflected on the stage. So let's say for example move 10 steps. So if you click on that, he'll move for 10 steps. So yeah, that's how everything works in PictoBlox. And now we are going to talk in detail for about each and every block that are available in PictoBlox. So we'll go with the categories of blocks. For example, the first one we are going to start with is motion blocks. So let's see motion blocks. The very first one, we call this as move 10 steps block. So the description is very simple in language which can be understood very easily. So for example, there are a lot of attributes, lot of characteristics that defines the entire sprite. Okay. So as you can see, you can name the sprite over here. So here right now the name is Toby. Let me just change it. Okay, so as I said, move 10 steps. So right now we are going to change the name of the sprite. Let's keep him Mr. Oh, sorry. Just let's keep him Nova. Okay, Nova is a character name. So this name you can change it to anything. And here are the x and y coordinates. So these are to specify the location of this particular sprite in the entire stage. Okay. So 0 0 is the exact middle position, and yeah, so if you change that, the position also changes. So based on that, if you want to move him 10 steps right, you can just change it there. So he moves 10 steps. So based on where he is on the stage, this particular numbers will change, representing the details of the location, representing the coordinates of his location on the stage. And this is to show the sprite, and this is to hide the sprite. So the sprite is still there. If you click on him, he'll get highlighted. So you can drag that, and yeah, their positions will change also. But you can change their positions. If you hide, then they'll be just hiding there. Okay. Okay, now we can change the size of the characters also or decrease it. Let's say 200, he'll become double. And 100 is the original size. If you make it 50, he'll be halved. So that's how the size works. And if you want to change it, you can change it easily using the size attribute. Now direction, this is in which direction he is exactly facing, or any character. It can be any object or any character or a human or anything. Okay, there are sprites that are available in PictoBlox. You can change the direction in which they are facing. So just change this, and they can be change the direction wherever you want. Okay, you can actually type the numbers, the angles over here manually also. So I'll just keep it at 90, the default value. But if according to the situation, if you want to change it, you can change it like to whatever number you want in between 0 to 360. So these are the only numbers that are allowed in this particular area. So 0 to 360, 0 is the starting, and from here there is a 360-degree rotation of that can happen with the sprite. Okay, so the values might be different. There is this 0 to 180 and then one negative 180 to 0, or else you can directly use the 270. This kind of values also, they'll get automatically adjusted based on the values, the default values. So let's just keep it at 90. Okay. Now, let us test each and every block. Let us describe each and every block and let's see how it goes. Okay. So the first one, move 10 steps. So if you click on this block, it'll get activated and any particular sprite will go 10 steps forward. So you can change this number. So wherever you get these numbers with the white patches, you can edit them. Okay. So you can take 50 steps, and then if you click on that, the steps will be a little bit longer. So he's going forward, right? Now, if you do the same number in the negative terms, he'll do the opposite thing. So he'll go backwards. Okay. So right now he's facing in the direction 90 degrees. So obviously he goes forward and backward in the right and left direction. So what if you change the direction? Let's say I'll just put some random direction, not any fixed ones or some standard ones. So right now it is at 128 degrees. So he's facing in the direction 128. Now if I move 50 steps forward, he doesn't go to the right. He just go forward. Okay. So that is the main purpose of move block. Okay, it doesn't go right or left or up or right. Okay, up or down. So he just follows the forward direction or backward direction, no matter in which direction he is facing. So let's say for example we'll make it as minus 90 degrees. So he's completely inverted, and now move 50 steps will be towards right because that is the backward for him. So move 50 steps will make him to move forward, which is to the left. So it's completely dependent on which direction the sprite is facing if you want to use the move 10 steps block, I mean move block. Okay, yeah, if that is clear to you, then let's go to the next block, which is turn 15 degrees. So this is a clockwise direction. So if you move 10, like if you rotate 15 degrees, this sprite will rotate by 15 degrees in the clockwise direction. So if you keep it at negative 15, he'll move in the opposite direction. So whatever the description of the block is, in the opposite way happens if you mention the negative values. Okay. Now turn anti-clockwise. So negative of this block and positive of this block both are same. Okay, and it is applicable for the reverse order also. Positive of this is equal to negative of this. Okay, so let's see. Turn 15 degrees anti-clockwise, and in the same time if you give negative, again these numbers are also editable. You can give any number. So let's say I'll give 90 degrees. So he is negative 90 degrees rotating in the anti-clockwise direction, which means effectively he rotates clockwise itself by 90 degrees. See, and you can actually see the numbers that are changing in the direction block. They are getting added by 90 degrees each and every time he rotates. Okay, so see 45 plus 90 it's 135. Again, it's because of negative direction, he is moving in the opposite way. Okay, so even here also, if it is 90 degrees, then the direction would be same for both of them. Okay, okay, that is about the turn blocks. Now let us delete them. You can just put them back into the palette and they get deleted automatically. Now go to random position. Again, by just looking at the description, you can just think of the action. Once you click on it, he'll just go to the random position. Let me just put it back to 90 degrees. Okay, so go to random position. So it doesn't matter where he is, it will be completely random. Okay, yeah. Now go to X and Y position. So here you can specifically mention to which place he has to go. So you can give the coordinates of the location on the stage. So go to X0, Y0, which means he'll just go to the exactly middle position. Now I'll just make him 200 on the X, which means he go right side 200 steps, and I'll make him go down. Y is for the negative value down, so which is around 150. Some random numbers I'm giving. So right side down. So he'll move to this particular direction from wherever we mentioned. So that would be exactly 200 to minus 150. So let's see if you click on this, that's where he goes. Okay, so the direction what you're specifying will be completely dependent on which sign it is there. So if it is negative 200 on the X also, he'll be on the left side. Okay, so for right it is positive, for left it is negative, for up it is positive, for down it is negative. Okay, okay, see he got to the down of the left side. Now just comment in the comment box what are the values he will go, like to be given, so that he can go to the top right corner. Top right corner. So what are the kind of values? You can just mention positive, positive, negative, negative, positive, negative, negative, positive. So any of these combinations in the comment box and let me know. Okay. Okay, so if that is clear to you, now let's use the glide block. So glide to random position and go to random position. The only difference is for go to random position, he'll just directly teleport to that area. So he'll disappear from where he is and appear at some random position. Now glide 1 second to random position, you can actually see his movements to that particular random position. It's not like he is just directly teleporting there. He is moving there. So if you want, you can actually reduce, like increase the time to make him slower. So glide 3 seconds to random position. See, now he became very slow. Okay. If you want to make him faster, just reduce the time. That's it. Okay. Okay. Now there is this on this drop down list, you have one more option called mouse pointer. Now how this works exactly is, let's say for example, okay, for this one thing, I'll be using one control block, which is a looping statement, which means it just repeats the same action again and again, the forever loop. So forever until you stop the code, forever it will just keep on happening. Okay, so now if I activate this, yeah, see Toby is completely following my mouse pointer. So wherever I keep the mouse pointer, he'll be traveling to that particular spot. Okay, so that's how mouse pointer thing works. You can actually check the difference between go to and glide to in this scenario also. So go to random position, activate it. You can see like he's literally not even just, oh sorry, go to random position. It should be go to mouse pointer, and forever he'll just follow there. Again, he's not going there, he's literally teleporting there. Okay, so that's the main difference between go to and glide to. Okay, if that is clear, then let's move on to the next block. Now it's mouse pointer. Okay, glide to is done. Now as you have location for location details for the go to, you have location details for glide to also. So here also, instead of just teleporting there, he'll just travel there. So let me put it to 0 0. So he'll travel slowly to that particular position. Okay, so that is about glide to. Now point in direction. So for this also, you can in code, like we were changing manually in the direction, right? So instead of the direction changing manually, you can change it in the code also. The values will be same. So let's say for example I'll put it 100, and if you activate the block, he'll rotate. Okay, he'll rotate to that particular position, it, that particular orientation. So point in direction 0, I'll click it. So he'll face the 0 degree rotation, 0 degree angle. So you can see the angle that's changed over here also. Okay. So if you change it here in the characters, that will not affect the code. Okay. So in code, it will be the same. It will never change. But if you change something in the code, it will definitely affect the values over here. Okay. So let me put it back to 90 degrees, which is default, and these will be activated only when you click it. Yeah, that's it. See, direction became 0 now. Okay. This is about direction. Now point towards. So this is also the same thing. Instead of pointing at a specific value, it will point at the mouse pointer. Now to test this, I'll again get the forever loop so that this action will be happening again and again, and you can see how it exactly looks like. So forever, I'll activate the block, and now as you can see, he's not coming to the mouse pointer. He is just pointing in the direction where I'm putting the mouse pointer. Okay, it doesn't matter where you're putting it, very near to him, very far to him, that's completely independent, that's completely different. Okay, so here wherever you're putting the arrow mark, that's where you get the to be pointing at. Okay, so let's just deactivate it again and put it back to 90 degrees, which is the default value. Okay, now this is point towards. Now here comes the other four blocks which are very identical, and to change the position of the sprite. So change x by, change y by, and set x2 and set y2. So these four blocks, so as you can see, the description itself says us automatically what will happen. So change x by, which means x will be changed by 10. So he'll move right side, and if it is negative, he'll move left side. So change y by, again positive value will make him go up, negative value will make him go down. And set x2 or set y2, this will take the sprite to a specific location at x and y. Okay, so now let's see how this exactly works. So change x by 10, he'll move to the right side. Okay, and if you change the direction also, or else, yeah, first let's discuss these things. Negative 10, so he'll move to the left side. Okay, and change y by, this is 10, in the sense it'll go up, and change y by negative 10. Again, these numbers also can be anything, so I'll just take some random number, and this time he'll go down but in a bigger steps. Okay, now set y2, set x2. So this you can give some specific numbers so that he'll go only to that particular position. So set x to 100. So see, it became exactly 100. Now set y to, y was 43, sorry, y is 43, and let me make him 100 again. Okay, okay, any random number, you can just take 124 and set y2. So see, he went to 124th location on the coordinate on the y axis. Okay, so this is to change his position wherever he is for the change y, x by and y by. This set x2 and set y2, these are specific blocks that will make him to go to a particular coordinate. Okay. Okay, now if you recall move block, and okay, y block is also not necessary. The difference between change x by and move 10 steps. So remember, with move 10 steps, it was just going forward and backward in whatever direction it is facing, right? But for change x by, so see, move 10 steps and change x by 10. So these will be completely same if the sprite is facing in the 90 degrees direction. Now let's change the direction to again some random value. I'll just put again 127. Okay, so here if you click on move 10 steps, as I said, he'll go forward to wherever direction he's facing, and if it is negative, he'll go backward. Okay, so that is the move 10 steps, like move steps block. Now change x by this doesn't matter in which direction he is facing, he'll always move right if you are using change x by. Okay, and change y by will make him move to the left side. Okay, so move 10 steps, it is completely dependent on the direction where he is facing, and change x by it is completely independent of the direction of Toby facing. Okay, so that is the difference between change x by and move 10 steps block. So again, they will be same only if the direction is at 90 degrees. Okay. Okay. Now that is done. Okay. Now if on edge bounce. So this is the direction, like this is the thing where he'll bounce from the edge if he is facing, uh, if he is touching the edges, like these edges, if he touches, he'll bounce back. Okay, right now he's touching and not bouncing because we did not activate it. So once we'll activate it, he'll bounce back. Okay, now to test this, let us get one more block which is related to this, that is set rotation style. So right now it is left right, so he only rotates left or right, that's it. Okay, so let's use the change x block, change x by, or else let's use move block itself. So move, I'll just make it 70 so that it can be a bigger steps, and set rotation style. So this you don't have to set it forever like in a loop statement, it can be outside the loop also. So it has to be outside because you have to set the rotation style only once. And if on edge bounce. Okay, now if I activate this, he'll just move and bounce back when he is hits the edge. Okay, now in the same way, let's say for example, instead of move 10 steps, we have move, sorry, change y by. So he is not going up or sorry, right or left, he's going up and down. Okay, so he went there, he bounced, but the thing is we set the rotation style to left and right, so obviously he can't rotate here. Okay, so that is why he is not bouncing back from the, like he is not coming back from the edge. Okay, now let's say this will be, okay, instead of change y, I'll use move block itself, move 70, change if on edge. Okay, so let's change it. Okay, its direction is 1 or 2, some random thing. I'll activate this. See, now his direction is completely changing. Okay, and he's bouncing, which means his direction is changed by 180 degrees. Okay, that is called bouncing. Okay, so that is left and right, that's why he's only moving left and right here. Okay, now in the same way, if we change it to don't rotate, he'll never rotate. Okay, on the appearance he'll bounce, but he'll never rotate on the sprite. Okay, so you can't see his rotation, only he'll bounce. Now all around, this means it's completely free for him, so his entire body will rotate. Okay, so that is the difference between left right, don't rotate, and all around. Okay, okay, so these are all the blocks that are available in motion blocks. Let's stop this here, and there are three more data points which are available in move blocks, motion blocks, which is x position, y position, and direction. Okay, okay, let's stop this. Yeah, so as you can see, there is direction of nova, x position, and y position. So see, these will be completely changing. The direction is also changing. X position, Y position also changes when he is moving around. Okay. So X and Y will be defining his position. Direction will define his orientation. Okay. That is the main difference between positions and direction. Okay. Now that's it about the motion blocks. If you have any questions, please drop down your comments in questions in the comments. I'll definitely answer them as soon as possible. Okay guys, so this is it about the motion blocks. From today onwards I'll explain each and every block uh, based on their category, and then we'll complete the entire series. After that we'll start doing the projects. Okay. Okay, thank you for your time and hope you learned something new today. And if yes, please drop down a like and subscribe. Thank you for your time and have a nice day or night or evening. Have a nice time. Thank you. Bye.